So let's give a big welcome to Gil Ramos.
Cause all I do is win. No matter what.
Come on, let's hear it.
On my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up. And they stay there. And they say yeah. And they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
I'm gonna bring my truck and park it here. I got 212s in there. We'll put the bass in here and get this done right. So I'm here to talk to you about leadership, which is something, if you knew me a couple of decades earlier, you would never have me on the stage. Go back a couple of more decades, I'll tell you who I was. I was a chump. I was a guy who got my butt kicked every single day at about 2:55 p.m. as I try to run home from school. I was a chess nerd, antisocial. My wife still says I'm kind of antisocial still. But I learned some stuff. So I want to share with you guys some things that I've learned along the way. And I understand why leadership is so tough for some people. If you go look up leadership, that's what it says. A person who leads. Like, what the fuck is that? And by the way, I curse a lot. I've got 6 kids. My youngest son doesn't let, he catches me every time. So I got to get all my fuck words out right here, okay? He doesn't let me go with one of those. But leadership is confusing. So what I want to do today is just kind of break it down with you guys. And I'm going to bring it to you in a way that you'll understand and you can duplicate it and start your journey of leadership, right? Because for me, it is a ship. It is something that you've got to decide that you're going to lead. So let's go through this. I believe that a leadership starts with the ideology of I hate this word, philanthropist, right? What are you going to give back to this world? Now, most of you guys know to be a philanthropy, you got to make some money, you got to give some money away, right? Pretty simple. Got to make some money and give some money. So you're going to give me some money, I'm going to give you my Venmo account in just a minute, and so I can feed my 6 kids, all right? But Venmo is going to be the secret. The first part of being a leader is you have to have a vision. What are you leading? I was on a plane last night, came in from Reno, Nevada. I was hoping that pilot had a vision of where we were going. We got here about 9 o'clock in the morning. I heard Alex say that I think Coach Burt said, go to bed tired, wake up hungry. I did that. Still hungry. What's your vision? Where's that ship going to go? If you're going to lead some people, they need to understand where they're going. They need to believe in you. The only way they're going to be able to believe in you if you talk about that vision. I consider myself a growth leader. I decided a long time ago, if I'm going to grow with people. For those people who've been with me for a while, who worked in my company, the name of my company was Unlimited Prosperity Group. I wanted unlimited prosperity for my family and for yours. And the only way I knew that was by banding together and following a vision. For us, it was Tony Robbins. That was kind of the beginning of our journey. We walked on fire. By the way, that fire gets hot, 2,300 degrees. We've never done that. First time I ever did it was with Misty right there. My wife and 4 other people, Bobby D. the franchise, Will Butler, and Jennifer Wade. And we went there scared because none of us were leaders back then. But we were going to figure it out. We saw the vision that Tony had, and we said we wanted some of that. He was going to help a lot of people. He wanted to feed 1 billion people. 1 billion! I was like, I like that. I'm going to help people. I want to help people grow. I want to have that feeling. And it's a little bit selfish to help people, right? Because we're looking for the opportunity to see somebody grow so we can see their smile, so we can smile too. That's the V in Venmo. Next thing you have to do is you have to be able to execute. People need to be able to see you execute that plan. You can't be a fraud. Say, hey, if you're playing, my vision is like, hey, I have a team, we work hard, and you're playing on the golf course every week, they're not going to follow your vision. So what's your vision going to look like? In your mind, you might be thinking right now what your vision could look like. If you get something in your mind, you need to write it down right now, because that is the genesis of your execution that you're going to be able to do, that your team will be able to follow. And by the way, you're not always going to get it right. Sometimes you're going to fail, and that's part of execution. Then we're going to have a leadership lesson, right? We're going to figure out how to do it again and again and again. Through execution, we win. I've always said this. Some people go through life and they're like, man, I'm going to have to study this, I'm going to have to study this, I'm going to have to study, I'm going to study. And by the time they've studied, I've done it 4 times. I figured it out. Don't be afraid to fail. And I've heard that before. It sounds cute. Don't be afraid to fail. Failing's scary. It kind of sucks sometimes. Sometimes it's even embarrassing. I fail all the time. You know what? I failed to write a PowerPoint for this. I just did it a few minutes ago. The whole thing you just see right here, I just did it a few minutes ago. I forgot. That's part of being a leader. You gotta have a little humility in there too. Because when you execute, you're not always gonna get it right. So pay me some more. Venmo. So that was supposed to say, when you do it 5 minutes ago, this right here is never forget that you're a human being. And that the people that you're serving are also human beings that are trying to attach themselves to your vision, that are trying to execute your vision. Shireen's here. She's just joined my team like 4 minutes ago. First thing I told her is what? Hey, you can't screw this up. There's nothing you can do that I won't fix. Unless you kick, didn't I just tell you? Unless you kick an old lady down the street, I got your back. Right? If you screw something up, we'll figure it out together. Have the courage to be able to understand that like we're all in this together. And it's okay to fail. And we're going to learn through that. And that's the only way to learn. I've never met somebody who read a book and became a carpenter. You gotta cut your fingers. You gotta go through that and feel what it feels like to hit your finger with a hammer. Done that. I'm not a carpenter, but I know a good one. Everyone's a human. You're a human. We're in this race together. M. Oh, we'll just lost M there. Let's go back to M. Oh, the M's not there.
Tell us about M.
Sounds like a good idea. Let's just go. So vision, execute, never forget that everyone's a human. M is motivation. And some people might get this wrong. Some people may think, oh, you're supposed to motivate other people, and that's bullshit. That's a lie. The first and only person you need to motivate is you. You do that in the gym every single morning when you walk in and the lights are still off. I do that, annoyingly, by watching YouTube videos in the morning while my wife is still sleeping. Right? In the beginning, when I used to watch Les Brown and Eric Thomas and Tony Robbins, she was like, turn that thing off. And I didn't. And I kept on listening to him every single day. And then one day I stopped doing it. She's like, hey, are you going to put that on? It becomes contagious. And what will happen is, when you start filling yourself up with the right stuff, you have something to give somebody else. And you have to do that every single day. It's not about motivating somebody else. We all get tired. I know some of you guys are really tired. You know why you're tired? Because you've been at it for a long time. But you didn't have a vision. And you weren't executing it. And that's just transactions. We're here for something way bigger than that. I want you to understand that the last part of Venmo is, it's another word that's hard for me to say, is opportunize. And I'm not even sure that is a word. But you need to be able to create opportunities for other people to become leaders. If you're in the EXP model, that's kind of what we do. We give the opportunity for someone to be a leader. We give the opportunity for someone to build wealth, right? To feed their family, to change what their last name means. We opportunize some people to get more listings, to stretch themselves out and get a luxury listing. We do that by being a leader ourselves. But we complete that by making leaders, by sharing that vision, letting someone see how we execute, letting them see us screw it up too, right? Letting them know that we're human. We have to incentivize someone to take that vision and get on that ship and row with you. Do you have a vision that somebody's willing to row with you? That's what you got to ask yourself. And if you do, let people know what your vision is. Because when your tribe finds you, it's incredible. It's incredible. A couple people mentioned this, but I got to tell you, like, one of the happiest things I do is watch people grow. If you guys don't know, my team is called Team Great. I just kind of got lucky. It's Gil Ramos, Expert Advisors Team. My name just kind of fell right into that one, right? But it's not about my greatness. It's about watching Corinne in her second year do $18 million in business. In her second year, by the way, I love telling this story. She hates this story. But she was the worst agent I ever worked with before. And that gave me a sense of pride to help her watch to do that. Now, did I do the work? No. All I did was create the vision. She executed the plan. That's the job of a leader. And guess what? You don't have to be on stage to be the leader. Every one of you start being a leader when you make the decision to carry out a vision. What's that vision for you? What could it be? My team, we're going to be healthy, wealthy, and strong. My team, we're going to be ninjas. My team, we're going to wake up early and we're going to work until the lights run out. I don't know what it is for you, but there's a tribe out there waiting for you to make your declaration. Because when you declare it, they know that they can follow with you. And then one day, if you follow the Venmo process, they can be a leader with you. And that's when you graduate the first part of leadership, right? I told you, first part of being a leader, you have to be a philanthropist, right? You have to make some money so you can give back. A lot of you guys have seen this little chain I wear around my neck. It's like, it was on that first thing there. You see this little thing here, it says Dead Agent Society. It kind of looks a little bit cryptic, but most of you guys don't know what the part that actually touches my heart, which is on the other side of this. So I want to share with you. I'd actually never really share this. So on the back of this, you're going to see these letters, I hope. Be a soldier. Soldier. If you're going to be a leader, level 2 leader, you need to be a soldier. Let me tell you what that means. S stands for selfless. It's not about the ego. If you want to be an incredible leader, and I'm not saying that I am, I'm a student of the game. That's why I still go to events. I go to masterminds. I collaborate. I learn from people in my downline as much as I learn from people in my upline. I learn from people who are doing 100 million, and I learn from people doing 100,000, because we're all humans. And there's something to be learned from every single person you touch. And that's an incredible feeling when you start living your life that way. I ask you to be selfless. And I know that's hard in this industry, because this industry is about, I'm number one, right? But when you start understanding that the person that you're sitting in front of you also has problems that are real life problems, and you start connecting with somebody as a human being, you start connecting, you stop selling. And when you start connecting, you get rich. I heard this story. Lisi's in the room. She's my admin. She's in the front. So she's Chinese, Afro-Cuban Chinese, right? We get it right? The Chinese people, they say, we say Happy New Year. Happy New Year! They don't say that. They say, I hope you get rich. I hope you get rich. The elders come out on Happy New Year after the kids are out there with their sparklers, and the elders come out there and say, I hope you get rich, right? It almost makes me want to be Chinese. Because Puerto Ricans, we don't say that. We're still drinking. I hope you get rich. And they bring out this little red envelope, and it's red envelope's called a Lisi. That's my assistant, Lisi Lau, right there. My goal for her is to be a 7-figure producer one day. That's got to be the goal of every single person you touch. It's not about you. It's about the people you serve. Be selfless. The next thing, you got to be outstanding. You got to know your market. You got to know your vision. You got to study it every single day. The best you can. Spend time of it. Like people talk about, hey, blocking out time on your calendar to do prospecting. That's cool. You should do that. Absolutely agree with that. But you better make time for you to be outstanding. I've always talked about the perfect schedule for realtors. If you're new in the business, I consider this something that's super gold. The first part of your day has to be about you. You got to put some time in, whatever it is going to take for you, whether that's reading the Bible, yoga, working out, listening to Rocky music and doing jump rope. I don't care what it is for you, but you got to spend some time with you to upgrade. That song by Beyonce? You got to upgrade, right? Every single day, you got 365 days, upgrade you, right? And then you get one step closer to be outstanding. I heard Ed Milet one day say that his goal in life was to one day meet his twin. And that was an interesting story for me because I have 2 sets of twins. And I was like, what do you mean? You never met your twin? But in his story, he talks about every single day he's trying to get better and better and better. So one day, when he dies, he can see the person that God intended him to be. And he hoped to be his twin. And nothing less than that. Be outstanding. The next thing, you got to be unlimited. Unlimited. What does that mean? You got to give more than you got. You cannot build your business. You cannot build your relationships with what you got right now. It's not enough. You were born to be great. You got to go out there and have the ideology. And I can tell you that for some people, I'm Puerto Rican, I wasn't born with abundance in my mindset, right? I was born with, how can we get some more free cheese? Whose name on the utility bill, because our utilities got cut off, and we knew that if somebody else's name was on there, we can get the bill turned back on. That was what winning was for us. In my family, we were told, hey, you really want to win? We're New Yorkers, so if you're a New Yorker, and you were born in the 70s, this is how you won, right? You want to be rich? Here's how you do it. You get a shitty job for the government, right? And you work there for 20 years. And then, when your body's broken, you get another shitty job for the government, maybe, and you'd work that for 20 more years. And you get 2 pensions, right? And then died 9 years later, probably, right? That was winning. That was winning. No, that's not thinking unlimited. It's not thinking unlimited. You know, I came to Florida from New York. My father's Ford LTD broke down in the corner of 436 in Aloma, which, by the way, is the absolute border for Winter Park. Because we got a flat tire right there, and we were waiting for our tire to get fixed by Action Gator, which I swore put nails on the road, right? So people could get flat tires. We walked into an apartment complex called Strawberry Fields, which was just in our budget. And that's where I lived. And what I found out for the first time in my life was contrast. We didn't know how poor we were until we lived in Winter Park, and we got bused to Winter Park High School, where people drove BMWs. I started seeing more. And I believe to do more, sometimes you have to see more. So you may have to upgrade your circle. My wife likes to say, and no kid likes to hear this, right? It's like, show me your friends, and I'll show you what? Or you're the product of the 5 people you're around. I want to be the poorest person in my circle, because that contrast is important. You see a person like Veronica Figueroa and do 2,000 deals, and you got to ask yourself, why not me? Who would I have to become? What resources would I have to have? What books do I need to read? Who do I need to be around? How do I get in the room? What mastermind do I need to be? How do I hang out with Alex? Alex and I do masterminds for no reason. We just get on the phone. We just had a little mastermind in the freaking bathroom a few minutes ago. Be unlimited. Think bigger than you're thinking right now. You were born to be great. And the last thing on this here soldier list here, selfless, outstanding, unlimited, you got to be a leader of love. A leader of love. That's challenging. I grew up in an environment that wasn't all about love. It was about getting pounded, right? Got beat up a lot as a kid. Had to kind of figure things out, how to become a man. And for those men in the room right now, that's part of being a man. Being a leader of love. How do you give more from your heart than sometimes it can do? That's hard. We work hard. Ladies, you work hard too. But I'm talking to men right now. I'll get to you in a second. Maybe my wife can talk to you. We grind. And we sometimes don't have the ability to let our feelings out. And that's a problem. We got to get that out. Our kids need to see it. Our family deserves it. And our customers need it too. Our customers want it. They just don't want to know the price of their home. They want to know that you care about them. That's why I always get troubled when agents come through, they go through and I'm listening to them on their calls and they're asking questions that are based on the MLS. Stop asking how many square foot you want. I have no idea what that even means. How many square foot's in this room? Who knows? I don't know. Been doing this business for a long time. I have no clue. Stop asking how many bedrooms they want without knowing the people that might be living in those bedrooms. Connect with people from the heart. Enhance their life. Find out how you can serve them. As a servant leader, you will achieve more. I invite you to take this journey with me, to be a soldier. Being a leader is not as glorious as it may feel from that side of the room, right? I'm tired too. But I will tell you it's fulfilling. It means something. It gives you purpose. And you will do more business because of it. With that, I just wanted to let you know, I've been saying this a lot. You weren't born in the hospital that you were born in physically. You weren't born in the position financially that you were born in. That's just a physical place. But in the spiritual place that you were born, that was love. Whether you can see it or not. And I didn't see it for a long time. But this journey of leadership can teach you some things. And I'm going to tell you, when you start shedding some stuff and you allow yourself to be a leader of love, it creates opportunity for you and allows you to create opportunity for others. I thank you for allowing me to be here with you guys. I appreciate all of you guys, and I love you all. Take care.